All right, what's going on, everybody? So, we're gonna rank all 3 seasons of Squid Game. Hit that like button, follow your boy. Let's get right into it. All right, so number 3, I'm gonna go with Squid Game season 2, man. Was it good? Yes. Now, I do like the elements that they showed differently. Like, we got a chance to see like behind the mask, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a chance to see like the pink soldiers and see the aspect of how they get recruited and what they do, because at the end of the day, those are people too, you know what I mean? Like, were they players or were they just straight up workers? So I do like that aspect of it, and I do love the reveal of it. I think it was maybe like the end of episode 1, or no, I believe the end of episode 2, where like we follow the soldier, the military woman that was the mascot at the theme park, and you get to see her interact with the guy, which was player 246. You get to see her, and then when she walks inside of, it looks like not mobile homes, but trucks or trailers or something like that, and then the music come on, and then you just see them changing into the outfit. That was a very, very done shot. Like, it was a very nice reveal for sure. So I do love that. I do love how we got the rebellion at the end of season 2. Like, that was a crazy moment too. That was a really, really good cliffhanger, and the best thing about season 2, hands down, was the front man. He was front and center. Okay, he did a phenomenal job. Like, just that psychological warfare between him and Genhan, and how they battling off of their morals and beliefs, and he's just manipulating the situation, and he just want to see all of Genhan's reactions to all these crazy situations that they are in. Like, he's trying to really, really dig deep into his mind. That hands down was like the best thing of season 2. Like, it was incredible. Genhan not knowing that the front man is right next to you, you know what I mean? And then how he orchestrated that whole rebellion, and then got Genhan's friend killed and came back to becoming a front man and kept Genhan alive. It was dope. And I also love too that we got reintroduced into this world. It was 3 years since season 1, and then the first 2 episodes was really Genhan. We just showing him he's been looking for the guy, the subway man, luring these players into playing, and I just love that aspect of it. Like, he's just been searching and looking for this guy, and we got one of the most craziest games ever: rock paper scissors shoot -1. Crazy. But that for sure is number 3. Hey, you guys might hate me for this, but my number 2, hands down, got to go to the OG season 1 Squid Game. Now, I know maybe it's recency bias with me when it comes to season 3, but I don't know, season 3 to me was just so incredible. Now, season 1 is incredible. It's a masterpiece of a show. Okay, we got introduced into this world. A lot of us didn't know. We had no clue of these games that they were playing. It was insane. We got a chance to meet this colorful group of cast of players, you know what I mean? Genhan, we get to see him. We get introduced like he wasn't a good father to begin with. He was a gambler. He was bad with money, which is all of these characters. But, we spent time with him. And then I love how this show really did kind of flip the script on us. Like, I think it was like the end of season 2. Oh yeah, it gave us the classic red light, green light game. And then I think like the end of episode 2 where they voted, and I assumed we was going to continue the games, but it subverted expectations. They voted no to continue the games or whatever, and then we got a chance to see their everyday life, and that was a very, very phenomenal moment, because TV shows usually don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, it really did. It tricked me basically, and that was a very, very cool and wonderful element for sure. And then of course the big reveal, the old man was player number 1. He's the one who was orchestrating all these games. That was a crazy reveal too. Looking back on it, I probably should have seen that happening, but still, it was crazy. A lot of these games here in season 1 were phenomenal. And then I can't think of the guy's name, but his family friend who was the villain throughout the show, he was diabolical, you know what I mean? Because he did things that were just truly conniving. How the game where they was in the little town, they was playing with the little marbles. That game was just super sad. It was a lot of characters that we really, really did care about, in season 1, and it was just sad moments. The game where they was on top of, I think, the glass patio thing or whatever. That was a crazy game. I mean, season 1 was dope. And then the B plot line of the detective finding out that the front man was his brother. That was crazy how he was going undercover as the pink soldiers. Like, season 1, I mean, while I sit here, season 1 was just incredible. It really was. But again, maybe just recency bias with me to put it here at number 2. All right. Number one, hands down, gotta go to season 3. Again, maybe it's just recency bias with me, but I truly love season 3. I just feel as if like the characters go through the most traumatic, the most craziest, the most diabolical moments throughout this whole show. Like, it was like some of the most saddest things that I have ever seen in television, you know? I'm just being honest. But season 3 was insane. I think we only got 2 games. Hide and go seek, which is I think the most diabolical game of this whole series. That hide and go seek episode, from the cinematography, the way that it was shot, how it was following them, they using a handheld camera, you know, we with these characters and like we feel like we're right there with them. Like, it was insane, the intensity of it, how Genhan wants his revenge, and then the old lady character with player 222, and then her having to kill her own son. Crazy, you know, the shaman, you know, getting killed, getting killed, and the old man, the sleazy old man, like that. And then the baby daddy of player 222, you know what I mean? Player 333, like, he was just crazy. He was a worse villain, I think, than the one from season 1, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, like that episode alone was just insane. Even the jump rope game was crazy. Like, a game so simple as jump rope, they made it super intense when the guy was pushing people off the edge, and then Jinhan was taking forever to stop the guy. And then player 222, she had a fractured ankle, you know what I mean? And oh yeah, player 120, you know, the character that was helping her out, you know, he basically died, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, like, it was so brutal. And then I think season 3 did a really good job with like balancing out all these different plot lines, because we had 3 main plot lines, and I think it really does a good job with that, you know what I mean? Like, I think season 3 was good. The ending, I think it stuck the landing on the ending. I felt like, you know, with the death of Jinhan, he basically sacrificed himself to allow the baby to live, just to basically show the front man like, yo, we're all humans at the end of the day. We're not these puppets, we're not these animals being controlled, basically. Like, you know, like we're it's good humanity, like we're good people inside, you know, trying to prove a point to the front man, basically. And I don't know, man, season 3 was just dope, man. Like, I had a phenomenal time watching season 3. Then, you know, they show us a little teaser of this may, you know, be based off in America, which Netflix announced. But overall, man, like, I had a great time with season 3. The characters were insane. It was so many different plot lines that I didn't even like touch on, man, which I'm gonna do in my spoiler review. But for sure, you guys comment down below, hit that like button, let me know how would you rank these 3 seasons. I'm out.